Retirement is a time for relaxation and enjoyment after years of hard work. However, the current economic climate is putting a strain on many retirees' finances. Inflation is soaring, eroding the value of savings and fixed incomes. Social Security, a vital lifeline for millions of Americans, is facing its own set of challenges. The Consumer Price Index, or CPI, a key measure of inflation, has been rising steadily. This means that the cost of goods and services is increasing, making it harder for retirees to make ends meet. Social Security benefits are adjusted annually to account for inflation, but these adjustments haven't kept pace with the rising cost of living for many seniors. This essay will delve into the current state of Social Security and its impact on retirees in 2024. We'll explore the latest CPI report, the calculation of cost of living adjustments, and the main expenses affecting retirees today. We'll also hear real-life stories of retirees struggling to make ends meet and offer practical financial advice for navigating these challenging times. Remember, knowledge is power. By understanding the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead, retirees can take proactive steps to secure their financial well-being. Let's dive in and explore these crucial issues together. The Consumer Price Index, or CPI, is a critical economic indicator that tracks the average change in prices paid by urban consumers for a basket of goods and services. This basket includes essential items like food, housing, transportation, medical care, clothing, and recreation. The CPI is used to measure inflation, which is the rate at which prices for goods and services rise over time. The Bureau of Labor Statistics, or BLS, releases CPI data monthly. These reports provide valuable insights into the cost of living and how it's changing. For retirees living on fixed incomes, the CPI is particularly important because it directly impacts their purchasing power. When inflation rises, the purchasing power of a dollar decreases. This means retirees need more money to buy the same goods and services they purchased previously. For example, if the CPI increases by 3%, a retiree would need 3% more income to maintain their current standard of living. Monitoring the CPI is crucial for retirees to understand how inflation is impacting their finances. By staying informed about CPI trends, retirees can make informed decisions about their spending, saving, and overall financial planning. Social Security benefits are a lifeline for millions of retirees, providing a crucial source of income during their golden years. To help beneficiaries keep pace with the rising cost of living, Social Security payments are adjusted annually based on a measure called the Cost of Living Adjustment, or COLA. The COLA is designed to protect the purchasing power of Social Security benefits by ensuring that payments keep up with inflation. It is calculated using the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, or CPI-W, a specific version of the CPI that tracks price changes for a basket of goods and services typically consumed by these worker groups. The COLA calculation is relatively straightforward. It compares the average CPI-W for the third quarter of the current year to the average CPI-W for the third quarter of the previous year. The percentage increase, if any, becomes the COLA for the following year. For example, if the average CPI-W in the third quarter of 2023 is 3% higher than the average CPI-W in the third quarter of 2022, then the COLA for 2024 would be 3%. This means that Social Security beneficiaries would receive a 3% increase in their monthly payments starting in January 2024. The impact of inflation on retirees. Inflation is a significant concern for retirees because it erodes the value of their savings and fixed incomes. When prices rise, retirees need more money to maintain their standard of living, which can be challenging when living on a fixed income. Let's delve deeper into how inflation impacts retirees. Reduced purchasing power. As inflation rises, the purchasing power of a dollar decreases. This means retirees need more money to buy the same goods and services they purchased previously. For example, if a retiree's monthly grocery bill was $500 last year and inflation is 3%, their grocery bill this year would be $515, even if they buy the same items. Erosion of savings. Inflation can significantly impact retirement savings, especially if those savings are held in low-yielding accounts like savings accounts or money market accounts. If the rate of inflation is higher than the interest earned on savings, the real value of those savings decreases over time. Increased healthcare costs. Healthcare costs tend to rise faster than general inflation. As retirees age, they typically require more medical care, making rising healthcare costs a significant concern. Medicare, the federal health insurance program for people 65 and older, helps cover some healthcare expenses, but retirees are still responsible for deductibles, co-payments, and some services not covered by Medicare. Housing costs. Housing is often the most significant expense for retirees. Rising home prices, property taxes, and maintenance costs can strain retirees' budgets, especially those living on fixed incomes. Renters are also affected by rising housing costs, as landlords often increase rents to keep pace with inflation and rising property expenses. The rising cost of healthcare in retirement. Healthcare costs are a significant concern for retirees as they tend to rise faster than general inflation. As we age, we typically require more medical care, making rising healthcare costs a major financial burden for many seniors. Let's explore the factors driving up healthcare costs and their impact on retirees. Technological advancements. Medical technology is constantly evolving, leading to new and innovative treatments. While these advancements can improve health outcomes, they often come with a hefty price tag, driving up the overall cost of healthcare. Increased life expectancy. People are living longer than ever before, which means they may require medical care for an extended period. This increased demand for healthcare services contributes to rising costs. Administrative costs. The U.S. healthcare system is complex, with high administrative costs associated with billing, insurance processing, and other administrative tasks. These costs are ultimately passed on to consumers, including retirees. Prescription drug prices. The cost of prescription drugs has been rising rapidly in recent years, putting a strain on retirees' budgets, especially those who rely on multiple medications. Medicare, the federal health insurance program for people 65 and older, helps cover some healthcare expenses. However, retirees are still responsible for deductibles, co-payments, and some services not covered by Medicare. For example, Medicare does not cover long-term care, dental care, or vision care, which can lead to significant out-of-pocket expenses for retirees. Housing costs and their impact on retirees. Housing is often the most significant expense for retirees, regardless of whether they own or rent. Rising housing costs can strain retirees' budgets, especially those living on fixed incomes. Let's examine the factors contributing to rising housing costs and their impact on retirees. Home prices. In many parts of the country, home prices have been rising steadily for years, making it more expensive for retirees to buy a home or stay in their current homes. Property taxes and insurance costs also tend to increase alongside home values, adding to the financial burden. Rent increases. Renters are not immune to rising housing costs. Landlords often increase rents to keep pace with inflation, rising property taxes, and increasing maintenance expenses. This can make it challenging for retirees on fixed incomes to afford their rent, especially in competitive rental markets. Maintenance costs. Owning a home comes with ongoing maintenance expenses, such as repairs, renovations, and landscaping. These costs can be unpredictable and add up quickly, especially as homes age and require more upkeep. Property taxes. Property taxes are a significant expense for homeowners, and they can fluctuate from year to year based on local government budgets and property assessments. Rising property taxes can eat into retirees' fixed incomes, leaving them with less money for other expenses. For retirees who rent, rising housing costs can lead to difficult choices. They may need to downsize to a smaller or less expensive unit, relocate to a more affordable area, or cut back on other essential expenses to make ends meet. Homeowners facing rising housing costs may consider downsizing, tapping into home equity through a reverse mortgage, or renting out a portion of their home to generate additional income.